It comes down to ownership. When will the Yorks pull the plug on Kyle and John? They should have had their 6th ring long ago.
Here's my question, though. I think if you're going to pull the plug on a coach, you got to have an idea of if we
Yeah,
pull the plug on him,
yeah,
we're going to hire somebody else. It can't be we're just going to go through the process, interview a bunch of random guys, and hire the next coordinator.
yeah.
And
Here's
if you
real quick. What Vish is saying, and what I think where the anxiety comes from is like, look, you could be justified in firing John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, but it's Jed. Look at Jed's history hiring people. What gives you confidence that he's going to all of a sudden find the right person? Or most likely, he'll probably just flounder around and hire the next person who's wrong. I understand that. I get that. Right?
And
Yeah.
I think when you've drafted a quarterback and you have a team that you've spent 5 years building, I think we have to at least see Trey Lance play a full season before we pull the plug on the Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch regime. I just think that 2022 is the season that it comes down to.
Okay, let me say something, a counterpoint. And I hear that's a good point. All I'm saying is I know they got extensions, and that really takes the pressure off unless the Yorks are willing to eat a lot of money. But the original contract was a 6-year deal. And the idea was it's 6 years, not 4, not 5, because we're not giving you much. It's going to take you that much time to build a Super Bowl contender, a Super Bowl team. Well, it's year 5. What are you building right now? Or are you on the verge of rebuilding or reloading? That's to me, I see if our Jed, I know you got kind of excited after that Super Bowl appearance and gave him extensions, but if you step back, man, like they haven't really fulfilled their mission statement from
Well,
the first contract.
no matter what, right? 2022 is going to be a reload for the 49ers. They currently have 32 players under contract for 2022, if you include Jimmy Garoppolo and if you include a bunch of rookies who've been signed this offseason, right? But we're not a lot of starting players on the 49ers that have been starters for this regime, like K'Wan Williams and DJ Jones. I've mentioned them before. Those guys are not likely to be here again. So they're going to reload this team again. The question is, with the core, how much do you believe in Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, George Kittle, Debo Samuel, that Fred Warner, those set of players, Jimmy Ward, those set of 7 or 8 players, mixed with Trey Lance, mixed with spending the money that you now have from moving off of Garoppolo to try and reinvigorate this team with a few veteran starters in a few key areas and see what happens. So that's where I think, again, it comes down to 2022 because you got to at least let it see it play out. Let it play out for one full season with Trey Lance on the field.
Well, we got to see what happens the rest of the year. Let's just put it that way. It's week 5. If they lose the rest of their games, they're getting fired. But if they go 10-7, 9-8, it could be much more nuanced. That's your word. Remember, that's been your word for a long time. It could be much more. There's a lot of time. We got to see how this show plays out.
The other thing is, I still think, again, I tweeted this out earlier. This defense is no longer good to carry this team in order to be able to beat Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Like, I got people angry in my mention saying, why aren't they getting turnovers? They're not that good, blah, blah, blah. They just kept Russell Wilson to 21 points at home.
Look who their corners are.
On the road. And with corners, Emmanuel Mosley should have started this year, and Drake Kirkpatrick, who was signed
Dante Johnson on the field. All of a sudden, you want Dante Johnson to pick the ball off?
So this defense is quite good. It's not as good as 2019, but it's still a very good defense. And they can beat a lot of bad teams and bad quarterbacks with just on this defense alone.